Hey, welcome back to Rideout MMA. Today we're going to be going over a really simple drill where we're going to be countering probably in the easiest, most consistent way possible. And it's super easy to drill with any of your partners, or if you're a coach, I suggest you do this in your classes too. It's just such a simple way to get people into blocking and countering. So the concept of the drill is really just throw the jab or start with the jab. So whenever I make my block, if I can throw a jab, that kind of lets me know that my feet are in good position. I can actually strike my opponent back. I can kill the rhythm as they're trying to attack me. And it's really been my go-to philosophy when it comes to countering. If you don't know what to do, if you feel overwhelmed, just throw the jab. So when I'm working with Yazzie here, no matter what she throws, so just start by throwing a jab, right? She threw her jab, I parried, right out of that, my jab. She throws her cross, right? Again, I parry with the same hand, and then I can turn it into my own jab. And for me, I do like a lot of open hand blocking. I teach through the context of MMA, so my hands are usually a little bit more open and in front, rather than tight, like maybe a traditional boxing stance or Muay Thai guard. So I'm a little bit more here, kickboxing style, I guess you could say. She throws a right hook at me. All right, I'm going to lean into that block and then snap out a jab in the same way. She throws her left hook at me and snap out my jab. Right, she throws a body shot at me. Right, maybe even, right, you accept the punch just to throw back your own, right? Kind of setting a little bit of a deterrent. And that's sort of like my favorite way of describing this is a deterrent. Any punch that they throw at us, right, we can get a jab off. And it's so frustrating when you're sparring with somebody and you're constantly getting hit with jabs whenever you try to do something. No matter what you do, you start trying to throw a combo and boom, 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 you're getting hit with jab, jab, jab. So, right, again, she throws maybe a right body hook at me. I make that block, step into my jab. She throws a low kick at me. I check, I throw my jab, right? Maybe I slip, she throws her jab. I come back with my own, she throws her cross. I counter with my jab. She throws an uppercut. I lean, throw a jab. And it's really, really that simple. And if you can't get a jab off, then there's probably something wrong with your balance, something wrong with your footwork. You're not really defending correctly. So it's a really, really good way of finding out just like where are the holes in my game. If I can't get a jab off, can I really do anything else great? Another simple variation, sort of building on a little bit, just follow up with the cross. So when I'm playing with Yazzie here, whatever she throws, doesn't matter. Always countering with my jab cross now. At any time. Right, she throws a kick. All right, she throws the other side. All right, doesn't matter. And then just another simple build, double jab cross. Same thing. Right, put a little bit of pressure on them. Make them pay for trying to hit you, and you try to throw as immediately as you can. Soon as you make your block, right? It should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Block, jab, jab, cross. Block, jab, jab, cross. Like as soon as you make that contact with your opponent, you're immediately getting into your own attack. The way that I structure this is usually a minute and a half. If you're going back and forth, then we'll do a minute and a half, one person. Right? It doesn't matter what our partner throws, just one at a time. Start slow, throw with good technique, and you just counter with the jab. Second round, counter with the jab cross on the free hand. Last round, counter with the double jab cross in just a minute and a half at a time. You can switch back and forth with your partners like that, but try to increase the intensity, start adding in feints. So if me and Yazzie are playing again, all right, and that's like a simple way to start challenging your partners a little bit more. You don't have to pick up the pace, you just start trying to draw strikes out of them. Right, make it a little bit more uncomfortable, a little bit more awkward. So obviously, when we get into sort of these really consistent patterns when it comes to countering, our opponents are going to start to read and recognize that. So this isn't the end-all be-all when it comes to countering, but it's a really, really simple starting point and probably the safest way that you can set up your counters. If someone's throwing a punch at you and you can throw a jab back, right, out of all of the strikes that you can throw, that's probably the tightest, the fastest, the shortest explosion that you can put behind a strike, right, without exposing too much more. So even if, let's say, I'm playing this with Yazzie, or Yazzie's doing this strategy in a spar that we're doing, right? I throw my hook at her, I can anticipate her throwing that jab back, and then maybe I follow up with whatever counters I want off of that. So you just have to be a little bit thoughtful in realizing that when we're doing these types of drills, obviously we're creating patterns, we're keeping consistent rhythms, right? We're blocking, we're always throwing back with the jab. This is definitely one of the safest ways that you can set up your counters in the future. And again, it's just a drill. This is training us to, read the blocks that are coming in and then immediately counter with something of our own. You don't want our partners to get really comfortable rhythms with attacking nonstop without you throwing anything back. So if you can get a jab off, then maybe you kill their rhythm. Maybe they have to reset and sort of think about countering around that punch. But regardless, we're making them sort of play a little bit more by our pace rather than just allowing them to set the entire rhythm of the round. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on the video, anything else that you want me to run through or any other questions you have about doing this drill. But thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.